Hey guys, I'm going to introduce somebody very, very special. CEO of Anoki Life. She's an entrepreneur, she's a speaker, best-selling author, coach. Raj, I'm so happy to be able to talk to you today.
You know, I always have such a pleasure and such a good time communicating with you, whether it's at events or whether it's on social media.
I wanted to ask you, what's next? Like you're somebody I'm always looking up to, and I'm going to catch up with where you are, but what's next? You're running so fast.
You know what it is? I'm very, very cognizant of looking at what's happening within my community. I created Anoki at a time in 2002 when there was no platforms that allowed us to be honest as a community. Like, who are we? What are our needs? What are the challenges that we have? People weren't really talking about it at that time, and that's the reason why I decided to call the company Anoki, which of course, as you know, means unique, means different. So my task, because I created a brand name that is so powerful, you know, different, that I needed to constantly make sure that the brand was always being different, was always 2 steps ahead of the game. And the only way to accomplish that is to be very, very sure on what's happening within the community. Where are the shifts happening? What is going on? What's the dialogue, right? And as that's been happening, we've actually gone through 4 rebrands of the company since the beginning. I mean, you know this, from Anoki Vibe to Anoki Magazine to Anoki Media, and just recently to Anoki Life. So, you know, that's been kind of the big trajectory. Like, we're always watching and listening to our community, and as we need to change to align with them, another rebrand takes place. So that's what happened this year. I've also been focusing a lot on my personal brand. A lot of people have been reaching out to me. I have a, you know, weekly radio show. I have a YouTube chat show and also a blog,
which I watch.
Thank you. And really the crux of that is to have dialogue and conversation around how people have actually built their brands. You know, what have been the trials and tribulations? What are the things that people don't talk about that they should be talking about so that more people can be successful? So that's my personal brand. Part of that, which I launched recently, is I'm doing a lot of coaching and consulting, helping people with their media and their branding and their brand image. Like, how do I tell my story and be authentic and be, you know, and be credible no matter what platform I'm on? So any platform could disappear, a new platform could be. Now, like, how do you constantly keep being true about who you are as a brand? A lot of people don't learn how to tell their story, so that's my expertise, and I do it under my confidence coaching. Also wrote a book, you mentioned, and I wrote a chapter for a book that I really feel proud to be a part of, because it is 1 story per day for a whole year that is to inspire and motivate people to live their best life.
So I want to get into your mind a little bit. What is Raj thinking when she gets up? The first 30 minutes of your day, what's going on in your mind?
I actually get up in the morning and I shower and I meditate. I'm actually not thinking anything in the first hour of my day. I'm actually removing any residue from the day before, from the time that I'm sleeping, so that when I do start thinking about my day, it comes from a pure place.
You empower so many women, and I see this example around me. I have had in the last 1 year some people that I've met, and they take your name and they say they follow you, and I ask them why, and they say, well, they want to be like you. My question to you is, if you have to give an advice to a lot of these women, especially a lot of women, my audience, that these are women coming from India, either single women coming here to study or they're getting married and coming here, how should they believe in themselves?
I think the important thing that I've learned has been that you don't have to make a choice. Like, a lot of people that come from other countries feel like they have to make a choice about, am I going to continue living my life within my culture? Do I have to give up my culture in order to excel in the mainstream world that we live in here in North America? And I feel that you need to pick and choose like an a la carte menu.
Right.
Those things from your culture and your community that resonate with you and actually make you a better person, and do the same in the mainstream community, right? And don't have a menu made by others. Have a menu that you've created, because you are the captain of your ship, and you really can have it all. You just got to plan well.
But is it that easy to do, as you just said it?
I think it kind of depends on how far out of what is perceived normal in our culture. I think that is a big a point that needs to be thought about. I think also it depends on the way that you approach it. Like, are you going to make a big Bollywood drama about it, so therefore now everyone around you are thinking, what are you doing with your life? Or do you want to be very smart and think to yourself, well, this is the reality of my life that I can't change, but there are certain things in my life that I can change, and let me focus on them first. Because I feel that building anything means that you have to do it stage by stage, layer by layer. There's no such thing as waking up one day and all of a sudden having a change of mind.
Absolutely.
It takes time, and get help from people who've actually done what you're looking to do.
Very true.
Learn from them rather than from your own mistakes.
You talked about get help from people. A lot of my audience are people that are, as I said, coming from South Asia, and they're clueless on what resources as a South Asian they can tap into to get that help, to get that knowledge. Any advice you can give to these people moving here or that have recently moved, on what resources they can tap into to get that help?
Absolutely. There are, if you're moving to Canada, especially to the GTA, you're very fortunate, because there are so many organizations within the South Asian community, within every subsect of the South Asian community. So if you're Tamil, if you're Sikh, if you're Hindu, right, there are organizations in your language, right, that exist here. So I think that you need to get involved with them. I think you need to start getting a wider support system outside of your home. Because if you limit yourself to what's in your home, you'll never ever excel beyond it. So I think you start as close to your comfort zone as possible. So organizations that are already within your culture. So if you're Sikh, find the Sikh ones. If you're Tamil, find the Tamil ones. And then you'll start meeting people outside of that. Like, you know, join the work environments and associations. Before you know it, you'll start tapping into and figuring out the types of people that you want in your life and the type of person that you actually want to be yourself.
Absolutely agree. So you're suggesting reaching out still is important though, is that right?
100%. I do it every day.
Absolutely. And last question, Raj. I know you've been talking a lot today, so I'm not going to take a lot of your time, but I want you to lie on this one. Isn't SabbyBG TV your favorite YouTube channel that you watch every other day?
I totally don't even have to lie about that. I think it's a fabulous channel. And you know, honestly, having a host like you with your beautiful energy, just honestly, like anyone out there that's not watching your channel, shame on them.
And subscribe to SabbyBG TV as well, right?
100%, guys.
If Raj has said it, you have to make sure, you have to go and subscribe to my channel right now. Raj, where can people find you on social, the ones that have seen you for the first time?
My name is RAJ GIRN. So if you go to any social platform, you'll find me. My website is rajgirn.com. Literally, go there and you'll find everything that you need to know about me, and even ways to contact me directly.